Okay, so we're going to have a look now at some of the news that came out of Star Wars Celebration, specifically about some new movies that we're going to get. Ooh,
Exciting.
very exciting, very. Don't know how many berries that was, but they can't be enough. Very exciting. Obviously, temper this excitement because there's no guarantee. They're not. This is my view, right? It's only my view, and other views are available.
Okay.
Right. I'm ready to be shut down on this. I've never seen a bad Star Wars movie.
What?
Shut up, Steph. Do not look at me like that. Right. I've never seen a bad Star. I have never. Okay. Let me put it more bluntly. Right. I have never seen a Star Wars movie that I haven't enjoyed, in large parts. Right. And then you might say my bar might be low. I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive, stupid, whatever. I don't care. I can always derive quite a large amount of enjoyment from a Star Wars movie.
Did last week you stopped watching Solo after 10 minutes?
No, I stopped watching it because I had to go do something else. I told you I started watching it when I had to. And we won't get too much into Solo now, but I've actually I've revised my opinion of Star Wars. Of Solo. Not Star Wars.
Okay.
I've not revised my opinion of Star Wars.
Well, you're a fan.
I don't know why we do this. I think it's all shit.
I'm holding a gun to his head the whole time.
No, Solo, genuinely, I revised my opinion of it. I think there's one glaring problem with it. But on the whole, I think it's pretty good. If you were watching that as a film,
rather than
you weren't sat there thinking, when the fuck is the real Han Solo going to turn up?
Right. Okay.
If you're just watching that as a film, I think it's a pretty good film.
Oh my goodness.
That's my genuine opinion. That's what I tried to do. I tried to watch it and think, right, I'm not going to get bogged down in whether or not I think this person can go on to be the Han Solo that I know.
So what you're saying is, if you don't view it as a Star Wars film, it's a good film.
Well, no, it's not even a Star Wars film. I think it's a reasonably good story. I think there's a lot of really strong characters in it. I love the Paul Bettany character. Emilia Clarke's character is good. I think Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian is fantastic. I can see that. I watched Donald Glover playing Lando Calrissian, and I'm like, I can see you going from that character to the person we meet in Empire. I just can't. I can't join the dots with
the actor Han Solo.
Yeah, I just can't. It just doesn't ring true to me. But either way, anyway, we'll digress slightly there. So anyway, we're going to get 3 new films apparently, which are all very different. Or I say very different. So we get, in terms of time frames at least. So we're getting one that's set. I saw one description that one of the films is going to be 23,000 years in the past.
Yeah. Like, pre-episode 1 as well, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, given that the others are a long time ago, or a long time ago.
Yeah, they're going to add a few more longs in the title, aren't they? A long time ago.
So basically, it sounds like some sort of biblical story about the Force being discovered. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm sure it'd be entertaining.
I think it's a great idea to take us away from the kind of fairly narrow timeline that we're used to, where, from like episode 1 to episode 9, you're not talking about that long, really, in terms of
less than a century.
Yeah. So I think this is a great idea because there's going to be no preconceptions, no baggage to come with it. A brand new era that we've never seen before, the beginning of the Force, which I don't have a clue what it canon-wise is meant to be, the origins of all that stuff. So I think it's a cracking idea. I'm really looking forward to that one.
You know what there definitely won't be? I say definitely won't be. You know what there probably shouldn't be, because if they do turn up, you'd be like, oh, fucking hell, what you put them in for? No. I think you know what I mean. Lightsabers.
No, yeah, there definitely can't be lightsabers.
If
no.
they put a lightsaber in that film, I just straight away. What? No,
No,
come on.
no.
They won't. But I don't think they will. Obviously,
No, they won't. But they're going to have to tie it to what we know a bit somehow, aren't they? There's going to have to be recognizable elements. I don't know what, but I think it's around the discovery of the Force, the very first Jedi. So, yeah,
I've got
really
visions of it being like Matilda. Basically,
discovering powers.
First person who discovers they've got like kinesis or whatever it's called.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis, that's it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, it's this girl, Matilda. She knows.
Yeah.
She is the origin of the Force.
Could be, actually. Yeah.
Could be. Hope Roald Dahl's
That
family
would be a
get
twist,
royalties.
wouldn't it?
It would be. But I like to think it'd be a bit better, a bit more different to that. So that's that one. Then there's going to be two, which I guess appear. They're probably timeline wise, are probably around about the same period, because you've then got the film, which is what essentially New Republic, Crumbling Empire, quite a lot of what we've seen in Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian.
Yeah. And in fact, it's Dave Filoni, isn't it? I think is actually helming that one. So I think it's him tying these TV shows up in a movie.
Everyone's favorite cowboy.
Yeah. So kind of episode 6.5, I think we might be able to term that one.
I don't know. Yeah, because it's pre First Order, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's post Jedi, pre Force Awakens. So it's kind of episode 6.5, I think. 6.5 is how I'm viewing it.
I know they said, didn't they say, I can't remember who's already been confirmed. I know obviously Rey. No, actually, no, sorry, that's a different film.
That's the other one,
Different film. Domhnall Gleeson's, not Dom. Hang on, who's the dad and who's the kid?
Oh, I don't remember.
Brendan's the dad. Domhnall's the son, is right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Domhnall Gleeson. So he's going to be in something, but I don't know which one. I've assumed he's going to be in the first one because he dies, doesn't he, in Rise of Skywalker? Sure, he does. I'm sure his ship gets. I know. Actually, I'm forgetting.
I don't know.
Richard E. Grant's ship definitely gets, because you see him running.
Shit, I forgot he was in that.
He's good. I really like him.
He fit really well. Yeah, it was definitely less jarring than seeing Adrian Edmondson popping up in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That I wasn't expecting.
Rick Mail coming around the back there going,
Eddie. Edward Elizabeth Hitler. Oh, R.I.P. Rick Mail.
Oh, I forgot about him. Forgotten.
Do you know he was born at Harlow Hospital?
Really?
Yeah, that's why he was a legend.
I wasn't born there, so I don't.
No, neither was I.
I was born in Enfield.
Yeah. Enfield boys.
Everyone who went to Broxbourne was born inside the M25, moved out.
Yeah.
But anyway,
says it all.
By the by. So that's that one, which again exciting. And then there's one that's, I think, timeline wise about 10 years later, which is going to have Daisy Ridley returning as Rey. And she's setting up a new Jedi Order post
episode 9.
I'd love to see who's going to be, because obviously, if it was literally just Jedi Order, that's going to be the thing. But who's going to be the big bad, eh? Who is it going to be?
Oh, yeah. It's very exciting. I'll tell you what excites me most about this idea is this is the story I wanted to see for Luke. When they first announced they're doing the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy, I got excited that we were going to see that period of Luke setting up the new Jedi Order and all of that kind of gubbins. And when it was set, more further away in the future than that, and he was already an old man and he was absent for most of the first film, I thought that was such a missed opportunity. And I know we saw some of it in flashbacks, but that's the story I wanted to see. I wanted to see the post Return of the Jedi Luke fully in his powers, in the ascendancy. You know, at his peak, really peak Jedi stuff. And we
Yeah.
skipped it all. We skipped that entire story of him and went right to the end of his life.
Yeah, but part of that's because of the age of the actor, right?
No, I know, but it doesn't mean I can't
The
be annoyed
actors,
about it.
you couldn't finish Jedi and then go, right, we appreciate Mark Hamill is now 40 years older, but
Oh well, but they
we're gonna stick
aged
with him.
him for the Mandalorian, didn't they?
Yeah,
So,
but there's
I'm
a
not saying
difference
they should have
between-
done, but it's always been the story I wanted to know. Like
Yeah.
years and years ago, it's I always, and I know it's been told in books and you know the extended universe stuff, but I wanted to see it on film, proper Return of the Jedi era, more of Return of the Jedi era Luke. But anyway, that's not going to happen. That's by the by. But I am excited. We're going to see that same period of Rey's life and her arc, you know, coming into the peak of her powers and setting up a Jedi Order. So yeah, really excited.
She's gonna have to make herself a new lightsaber to start with because she buried the two she had, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
Or were they not the ones? Oh, I don't know. Were they hers? Weren't they hers? I don't know.
I don't know. Is she still going to go by the Skywalker name as well? That'd be interesting.
Contentious.
She's going to set up the Palpatine School of Jedi. That might that'll attract some attention.
Yeah, guys. I mean, I don't want to ruin it, but I mean, the obvious thing is that she's doing it, and I mean, if she gets portrayed by a pupil,
well,
which I just you struggle, like I say, like struggling to like. If I don't want to dig into it too deep because I don't want to ruin it for myself.
no,
I want to try and go in. And this for us will be a new experience because obviously we weren't making these when any other movie's been released, so we would not have. We're going to obviously discuss it a lot more than we would have done previously. So, which will inevitably lead us to be like, right, this is the film they should make, and they cannot do these things.
if they've done
I have a
the
list
film
of,
we want them to make, we'll be complaining.
I have a checklist of 10 things, and if any of these things appear, I will rewrite it and tell them how fucking obvious that was, and they should not have done it.
But no, you're right. I hope it's not another regurgitation of the. I know Star Wars has a cyclical, circular nature to it, but they can't keep telling that same story over and over.
Yeah.
But you're right. How then do they create drama? Who's the antagonist going to be?
Yeah, it needs to be someone. It's like I saw. Actually, we'll get onto it in a minute. I was going to bring something up about a returning character to one of the series, but we'll go into that in a minute.
Okay.
So that's the movies. I think we've
well,
covered.
there's a fourth movie.
Oh, is it what you call it?
The Taika Waititi film.
Taika Waititi.
I think I'm saying that right.
You know, I got to say, I'm a big fan of his work. Jojo Rabbit is one of my. I love Jojo Rabbit.
That film is hilarious. I love it.
So funny. It's so funny.
Brilliant film.
It maybe shouldn't be as funny as it is because of the subject matter.
It is a grim nature, but that's part of the genius of it, isn't it? It's
exactly.
You know, it's subverting that very serious story, but it still hits you hard in places, doesn't it? It's not all funny gags. There's some heartbreak in there, and it's very well told. It's very funny. But I've kind of got mixed feelings about him coming into Star Wars because I know he's obviously been involved in the Marvel universe, and I got mixed feelings about how successful his involvement there has been.
I feel like, I think I agree with you. He don't know. I think I'd like to say I think he does some brilliant work. I think was it Thor Ragnarok? Thor Ragnarok, I think was fantastic.
Ragnarok was brilliant. Yes,
but right, and stay with me on this. Right, Love and Thunder. Okay. I really enjoyed it. Right, it was enjoyable. It's kind of one of those like leave your brain at the door and just have some fun with it.
Yeah,
just but I did feel like that with that Marvel had basically gone, all right, Taika, we trust you. Just do what you want to do.
Whatever the fuck you want. Greenlit everything.
Yeah, basically no one went. Maybe
rein it in a tiny bit.
Yeah,
maybe
I just hope it's not. I mean, I don't think. I think he's. I like to think he's a. I mean, I like to think he doesn't have to do anything we say. Fuck it. But I think he's got enough respect for the history of Star Wars to basically not be like, right, okay, 2-hour film, and I need to be funny for 2 hours.
Yeah, he's got a. Yes, I think you're right. It's hallowed ground he's treading on, and he's going to have his signature style on it. That's why people employ him for that exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to give it some breathing room. Not go full Taika 100% at a time. I think.
So as always, what's he featured? He was the robot, wasn't he? He was a droid in the first series of Mandalorian, wasn't he? Was he? No, hang on. Which way around? No, that was Richard Ayoade. Richard. Hang on, I'm getting confused. He's definitely. Did he feature in the first series of Mandalorian? I'm trying to think.
I can't remember.
The droid that was like the badass droid, who basically could spin 360.
Oh yeah. He looked like IG-88.
Yeah.
I can't remember his voice.
And he was that Taika Waititi, and then I think Richard Ayoade.
He was definitely a robot in one of the
baddies. Not one of the baddies, but one of the people who tried to portray the Mandalorian, should I say. Either way. So that's another film. Which we shall look forward to.
But I think that one's further away, isn't it? Because that's the three we've talked about first. I think they're a bit more established in terms of when they're coming. Yeah, whereas I think the Taika one, I heard he's just scribbling away on his own at the moment. So little while to go on that one.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if we spoke about it in previous episodes, but I'd seen the thing about how he writes scripts.
No,
sort of.
What does he do?
So there's a thing about how he writes scripts, and there was a few takeaways, and one was like, sort of the first draft. He will basically bang it out quite not rush it, but bang it out pretty quickly, and just write everything down almost everything down that comes into his head, because his attitude is like, well, look, I've got to start somewhere, and a first draft written down, when 90% of it is shit, than 100% good stuff that's still in my head, and it's like just get it all written down. But then he also said about something which I don't know. I feel like he may have been exaggerating, but I'm not sure it was that far from the truth. But I'm pretty sure if he tried to operate this way, Disney might not be overly excited by it. But he said basically does his first draft, sticks it in a drawer for like a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I'm gonna say is probably more like a couple of months.
Yeah.
He then picks it out, reads it, and then I think he said he just throws a whole lot in the bin, because he's like, well, I'll then write another draft, because I know that anything that was any good in that, I will remember it, and I will and then I just fill it in again, and then it goes not through the same process again, but just then basically starts from there, which is interesting, very interesting.
That's quite a process.
Anyway, more often than not, extremely talented, very reliable, but we shall see.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to all of those films.
So that's anyway. I think, have I missed anything with movies? Have I missed anything with new movies? I don't think I have. I think we've covered it pretty well.
Yeah,
and then but series. I mean, again, series. There's a couple of bits on there that are correct. I mean, to speak up if you disagree, but I think there's a few things that probably aren't of huge amount of interest to us, because it's and again, it's not because we dislike them or hate them or anything like that. It's just not our thing, and we're just wrong age, wrong bracket.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It just didn't hit us at the right time, and we're not.
Yeah, we're not the target audience, and that's it.
Third season of Bad Batch. I mean, I actually have watched a couple of episodes of Bad Batch.
Yeah,
it's entertaining stuff, but I mean, we are very far removed from the target audience for that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I watched one. It was well made. It was atmospheric. It was moody. It was good, but it didn't kind of inspire me to watch the whole thing.
No, not at all. I mean, and again, it's not aimed at us. It's aimed at probably people under the age of 10. So I'm not going to knock it for that. It'd be like me knocking the BBC. So
exactly.
So anyway. Visions, which I am actually vaguely interested in, but I think you mentioned, didn't you? You'd watch one because they are all
completely different.
They're all, you kind of you've got to wade through some stuff to get to the one you actually might like.
It's a mixed bag. I think most reviews kind of confirm that, and I saw it said watch episode 1 because it's really good, and then some even specified skip these ones and only watch these ones, but I only got as far as episode 1 and it was all right. It was very much in a sort of an anime, Japanese animation style, very stylistic, but just wasn't for me.
All right, okay, that's good. And then where else are we? Obviously, I'm going to drop in Andor season 2, which we knew about already. But they just kind of put a little bit more
meat on the bones
into it. Yes, which Andy Serkis will be reappearing. Have you? I assume you have watched it. Right? I don't think we've spoken about this for a while. You've watched it to the end, right?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen the whole thing.
Good. Oh, yeah. Good God. Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
We can stay friends.
We can. So Andy Serkis is reappearing, and I don't want to start getting into the like. They can't do this and they can't do this with him. But that's got betrayal written all over it.
I'm trying to remember what's the last we see of his character? Does he?
So the last thing is last see of him is that he says he can't swim.
Yeah.
Says he can't swim.
He just gets shoved in, doesn't he? Like
in the
melee. Oh, he doesn't.
He does not. So he gets the last we see of him is stood on the ledge, and everyone else is falling.
So he's left behind.
Andor gets shoved in.
Oh, that's
Andor's trying to talk him down and say, right, come with me. Don't worry, I'll make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
And then someone just shoves Andor, basically.
Right. So you think he's going to come back as an antagonistic character?
It just feels like that. He shows up somewhere. Andor's like, oh my God.
He's a great baddie, isn't he? He's a baddie in everything he's in.
And he befriends him again and whatever else. And it turns out that actually what's happened is, he's got stuck in the prison. The guards have recaptured him. He's been interrogated. Turns out that they're like, oh, you were quite close with this Andor fellow, weren't you? Turns out he's quite interesting to us now. So you're going to help us get close to him. That for me, feels like a logical route. And by the way, I'm not saying that's like, oh, it's so bloody obvious. Okay, you shouldn't. It would still be a good story. So let's see where we go with that.
I'll definitely look forward to that. I feel like we went through so much in that first series. It was like 3 different series in one. With there was the heist bit, the prison break bit, the espionage spy bit, the war bit, and I don't know. I almost felt exhausted by the end of it.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see where they go with the story, because obviously Andor's got the plot armor, because we know he survives until Rogue One. But so like we said before, there's no jeopardy. But I'm really excited to know what intrigue and because some of the best things I liked about Andor were the bureaucracy of the Empire. It was all very red tape, and it was
Doc
Brown.
I love Doc Brown's character in it, and they're basically like all career people who are just climbing over each other, just standing on shoes.
And the woman officer was I mean, they were all great. I loved the Empire characters, and it was so I don't know, just the minutiae of it was just these are the baddies, but we're just seeing them doing their paperwork and filing reports and in meetings and all that tedium. And I don't know, some reason that maybe as an office worker of 20 odd years that they just appealed to me, I guess.
But it makes sense, though, doesn't it? It makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
I mean, it is a huge It's when we speak or spoken previously about like what's going on at the Death Star. Why how is this enormous space station?
Yeah.
No, that's no moon.
Mm.
Like, why does it need to be so big? What's everyone doing there? And because
the day-to-day running of things.
There's a big HR department. There's a big everything else.
Yeah, it's all of that.
People analyzing data.
Oh, so much data.
It still has to be transferred in an analog fashion most of the time.
Yes. Oh well, this was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Before the internet.
We've tracked light speed travel, but we can't do fiber optics just yet, or sending. Yeah, everything has to transfer data physically
over the air. Yeah.
No. Well, they did do. Oh, to be fair, they did do that in Rogue One.
I know, eventually. But that's a bit of a plot hole for me. But
anyway. Yeah, they kind of went. Well, we're going to do all these things. I mean, I'm not going to pick holes in Rogue One because I love it.
I know
it's churlish.
This is why we're here.
There was what we were speaking about the other week, though, like science fiction and
with its
basically breaking its own rules because it's
the convenience of plot.
Yeah, you need to move plot on. Yeah. Whereas you've got they've managed to transmit something to the ship, but
through like a satellite.
The guys on the ship needs to physically hand this disc
USB stick.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
And risk it being lost to Vader.
Yeah. I don't think to copy it or back it up Anyway. I'm
not going to pick holes in Rogue One because I love it. Anyway.
I will. But yeah, Andor Series 2, very exciting. Looking forward to that.
Very exciting.
August,
I'm quite looking forward to.
August next year.
August, yes. Do you know we're getting August this year?
Yeah.
Very
excited. I'm really excited about
Ahsoka. I love her character in Mandalorian.
It's brilliant. Rosario Dawson. I saw her at the thingy, the celebration.
Did you see her at a panel or just milling around?
I just saw her sat on a desk really far away.
Really far away. in the distance.
Yeah, really far.
Distance.
At the end of a long zoom lens.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing that goes because I think she's. I mean, as I say, her character in Mandalorian, I think it's fantastic.
Oh, it is. So well cast. I mean, I don't have a lot of history with the character of Ahsoka. I know her a bit from the Clone Wars film and the cartoons and some of that. So I didn't have a lot of investment in her prior to seeing her in The Mandalorian. But as soon as she popped up in that show, I was like, yeah, what a great character. Like an ex-Jedi, white lightsabers, badass. She was really good. And the trailer looks really exciting.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to that one.
Absolutely. I think I've got high hopes for that one. Really do. If it's, let's say if it's anything like what she's done in, there's also as well, given the time scales, there's exciting opportunities for who else might appear in it. But
it's another sort of between episode 6 and 7 one, isn't it? I guess it's
yes.
Time frame, but this one looks a bit more Jedi focused.
Yes,
there's some dude with a red lightsaber, so he must be bad, and some sort of like emo girl who also is a Jedi, like she's got purple hair or something. So looks like it's going to be a bit more lightsabery type action. So yeah, excited for that one.
We shall see.